Traditional Catholic YouTuber says it is wicked for young people to go to dances. The dances he refers to are not only the modern, highly sexualized dances, but the dances that are common in traditional Catholic circles, like English Country and Contra dances. He cites many saints like St. John Vianney, St. Francis de Sales, and St. Louis de Montfort, who highly discouraged or forbade dancing. Is he correct? Is the entire art form forbidden to Catholics?
Well, it seems to me you've got to look at a whole lot of different things all at once
Yeah.
to understand this. Firstly, there's the nature of the dances themselves. Some folk dances were terribly lascivious.
Oh, interesting.
Secondly, you have to look at it in terms of their context, like Saint John Vianney and so forth, and Saint Francis de Sales lived in the aftermath of terrible, terrible societal overthrows and collapses, wherein there were a lot of really very immoral dancing going on.
Yeah, see, that's important because, see, we weren't there, so our image of it is like dances from Jane Austen and stuff. But that's not the entire reality. There's other stuff going on, so it's important to keep that in mind.
Yeah, and I mean, the other thing, too, is that today we have an absolute surfeit of outlets, for anything we want to do, anything at all. That's why the porn movie theaters have gone down.
Oh, because of the internet and stuff, yeah.
Because you used to have to go out, risk being recognized, pay for your ticket, and also risk entrapment by the police, or some really hellish road trying to pick up on you. I mean, you had all those things going on. That's all gone now because of the internet.
Yeah.
So, similarly in those days, dancing provided the only outlet, in a lot of communities, for the young people.
Yeah, that occurred to me too, that, we have all these other outlets like clubs and all this that promote a hookup culture. If you had that mindset back in the day, I mean, that was kind of your only outlet available to you. So it's sort of not pure, sort of this innocent Jane Austen situation. There's a lot of more ugly, darker things going on.
Yeah. And of course, there's the fact that we tend to sexualize everything anyway.
It's true.
So.
One last thing that is sort of obligatory to mention, looking at all these saints, St. John Vianney, St. Francis de Sales, St. Louis de Montfort, also I'll add to that list, Dom Guéranger from the Liturgical Year, from what I read, who also condemned dancing in general. These saints and Dom Guéranger, they all have something in common, which they're from France. Which begs the question, what was going on in France? I mean, you don't have Italian saints or English saints saying this. It makes you wonder.
That's not true.
I'm just asking.
There's lots of Italians who are awful. Just
it comes out.
No. Actually, the reason I think is that, number one, Italian saints had very little spirituality to share, so you didn't read about them. What? Okay.
Wow.
Anyway.
Poor St. Francis. Oh my gosh. St. Francis, St. Anthony, Padre Pio, just, wow. What a sad day.
Yeah, very sad. No, and what it really is, truthfully, also is that the French saints lived at times when not only as the French Revolution or whatever, was society falling to pieces. But there was political unrest, which often used dancing as a tool. Dancing can be very subversive as well as immoral.
It's interesting. Yeah, another thing this reminds me of, it's a little bit of a tangent, but Father Amorth, in his second book, An Exorcist, more tales, more stories, because he a lot of people refer to him and Father Ripperger of Exorcist for, what's right and wrong. I highly recommend reading both those books actually. But in the second book, he actually condemns a lot of music, or I think he quotes somebody, and he cites sort of the diabolical influence in modern music. And I remember one of the things, it's beat, and he says how the beat is designed to sort of mimic and imitate the sexual act. It gets you in a frenzy. And then volume intensity, where it just goes right through. There's very different. There are different things that he says, and sort of like a satanic consecration for various albums and stuff like that. So I definitely, if you guys like referring to exorcists, read those books. Don't just read it on an article. Read their entire book. So you can get a full view on these priests' version of what they're saying about sin. Because a lot of people, it's interesting. A lot of people, they get freaked out over sort of proper demonic stuff. Like exorcisms, possessions. They get freaked out about that. But reading and listening to Father Ripperger and Father Morth, they have a different perspective, which is, there's an absolute connection between just any sort of sin and possession and the demonic.
Which is certainly, strictly speaking, true. The father of lies is the generator of all lies.
Their perspective is each sin, regardless of how much it is, whether it's venial or mortal, the devil gets a greater hold on you.
Yeah, it's true, sadly.
And so it's not just Ouija boards and stuff, it's any sin. And that's sort of one of the important messages I feel that they have. It's not just, yoga and Harry Potter. It's any sin is demonic. So yeah, read those books. Available at TumblerHouse.com.
Definitely.